Okay, everybody, welcome to the first instructional web video on how to build your first ad on Tap and Fork with the Ad Builder. So the first thing I want you to notice is a couple of things. Number one, when I met with you and you signed up, I told you it was very easy and non-committal, no contracts. I want you to notice right here where it says unsubscribe and also where it says delete. It's that easy. If you want to get out at any time, click this unsubscribe button and you are done. So I wanted to build this for everybody. I hope you're enjoying it. And also those that are signing up right now, I hope you're taking advantage of the five ads that are being built for you as part of our promo. So anyway, let's get going. You're going to log into your account. You'll notice here where it says Ad Builder. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that. That's going to take you to the ad building page. Now you'll have two choices. You can either go here to My Ads or you can go to My Coupons. There's also some videos that you can click on, creating your first ad, kind of helpful. You can move this around if you want to, just close it out. So when you get started, we're first going to tap on My Ads. Now you can see here that I've got quite a few built up, and as you start building up your cache of ads that you're going to be posting both to Tap and Fork and to your business's Facebook page, it's very convenient because these will be on the admin app as well, and you can access them and change if you want. You can change ads out multiple times, one for lunch, one for happy hour, one for dinner. Completely up to you. We're going to go ahead and click Create New, and we'll come to our palette here. Now it's very important when you first get started, whatever computer that you're going to be using to build your ads on, you want to add a folder onto your desktop. And you want to put all your assets for ad building, your logo, pictures of your food, any other assets that you may have into that folder. I'll show you why in just a second. Adding a folder is very easy. You right click, there'll be a thing here where it'll say new folder. Just do that. Rename it TNF, Tap and Fork, whatever you choose. So now we get started. You're on this page. You see the white here? That's the default background. I always change that to black. Open up where it says color. You can change here, hit black, and close that window. When I put a picture on here, if I want to adjust the transparency and it's on black, it'll be a very subtle change and it'll keep all of the detail. But if you use a white background or a light colored background, if you move the transparency on the photo to add some letters across it, it just washes out the picture. So I just choose to start with black. We're going to do a really simple, what I call a banner ad. It's going to have three assets, two pictures and one banner. We're going to start by uploading a picture, and this is where your folder will come in. So before we upload a picture, let's go ahead and get one for the ad that we're going to build. Because we're web-based, you'll notice up here, I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm simply going to Google hamburger, okay? We're going to make that our special today, our feature anyway. I want to make people hungry for hamburgers, and that's why we're building this ad. I'm going to go over here to images. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now there's some great images here, but there is an issue because some of these images are copyrighted. You are responsible for the content that goes into your ads. To avoid any problems, if you'll notice here, it's a little known, but there's a bar up here that says Tools. If you click on that, you'll get to Usage Rights. I'm going to go to Usage Rights, and I'm going to do Label for Reuse. Once I have that, I'll find a great looking burger that I want to use in the ad. And they've got a lot of choices here, but these are going to look good, so let's go with these. I'm going to click that and open it up so I get a nice save on this. And I'm going to save the image as burger. That way it starts with a B and I can find it very quickly. Now when I said I wanted you to create a folder, I did one called TNF. I'm going to go ahead and place everything into the TNF folder. You can see I've started to build that up. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm going to replace that one because I used it earlier. So that's how you do it. That way when you go to the ad builder, we know we're in the TNF folder. We're going to click upload picture, and we'll go to that TNF folder right there. And we started with a B, so we're going to be able to find it very quickly. It's right there. I'm going to double click that. Now that it's opened up, I can manipulate this photograph. You never want to leave them kind of hanging out here because it doesn't look that good. If you're going to use like a double one, you can go like this and then put another picture beside it in this area here. For this purpose, we're going to do it here. If you grab any of these tabs, it's going to stretch or elongate. See that? If you grab the corner tabs, it'll keep it in proportion. I'm simply going to stretch this out and then place it here. Keep in mind, I'm going to put a banner in this area, so I want to leave a little room there. So we're going to do burger and beer. For that one, I'm going to go over here, do this, and simply type in, how about pint of craft beer, because burgers and beers are pretty good. Go ahead and hit that. Once again, we'll get some pictures come up, and several to choose from in this label for reuse. I really like this one. Pretty good looking for what we're about to do. That would look nice as well. Really up to you on how you want your ad to look, and that's the beauty of the ad builder, is you'll find it relaxing. You'll also find it to be very creative. Let's go with this one, and I'll show you why. I'm going to use this area for some extra text. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to save that image, and we are going to call this one beer text, because I am going to use some of that. It's going to go in the TNF folder there. I'm going to save that, come over to my app builder here, and upload that picture from that file. Once again, started with the B, so we got it right there. Double click, and we're going to move it here. Go ahead and stretch that out, and I want that beer to be on the side. I want as much as I can get out of this. I'm going to put my banner. That's really not going to look that good, though, so I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. There we go. And that is exactly what I want, but I want it over a little bit. I want the beer on the right so I can use that area. So we'll put it over there. Now you have a couple of ways you can do your text holder on this banner ad. One, you can open up a rectangle. You can change the color of this rectangle. Very simply, once again, open it up. You have some other choices here. You can kind of mess around on the palette, choose in the blues if you want. Once you click this window will turn blue, and you can play with that a little bit. That's one way to do it. Another way is to rectangle fill. That's going to bring up some choices that we have available for you. I like these for text fills, not so much for the rectangles, but for our purposes, we'll do it here. Another way to do this would be simply to do what we did before. We're going to go up here, and I'm going to type in something like a textured backgrounds. Okay. So we got textured background images. That looks pretty good. I'm going to put this here. We got label for reuse. So we're going to make this, we're going to make our banner across there. We'll choose one here that'll look really nice with it. Well, let's go with this. I like the green. So we're going to go with that. And that's going to work for us. And then you choose whatever you want. Save image as, and we're going to call this one just green matte. Perfect. Now we know it starts with a G. We'll go ahead and enter that. Back over to the ad builder, upload picture, and we'll pick this one with the G. Very easily to find. Once we put that there, I get rid of this blue one. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to delete that. Great. Now, if you wanted this picture to come to the front, if you'll notice over here, it says bring to front, send to back. So I would highlight that picture and hit bring to front. If it's 3 or 4 layers behind, I might need to click this 3 or 4 times. But we want this to be in the front, so we're going to bring it to the front. Now I'm simply going to stretch this out across here and make our banner. Once that's done, I'm going to shape it just how I want it. That's going to work perfect right there. And then one thing I like to do, I like to put a little shadow on these just to give it a little standoff here. You'll notice shadows here. Just turn that on. I'm about to flip that switch. I want you to watch the green that I just put on. There. You see how that did? I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to turn it back on. That is going to be more of a gray and very subtle shadow. If I want to intensify that a little bit, I'm going to come down here and hit the black. And that just gave it a little more. Now you can see how it's subtle, but it really does make that stand off a little bit. So then you just choose whatever headline you want. In this one, it's going to pick up that blue that I changed the rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and change that to white. And once I've done that, I'll close this window out. You can either you can double click here and do your typing right in this box. It's not my preference. My preference is to highlight where it says add headline. It's very easy, and we're going to do today's feature. Just simply type it in there. And once we have that set up, if I want it to stand off this mat just a little bit, very easy to do. Once again, we go to our shadow feature and we just give it a little jump off of the mat. Very quick and very easy. Today's feature is going to be USDA burger and craft beer. So we're going to go ahead and put this in, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do craft. I'm going to do the burger first and craft beer. I want those to really stand out. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to type in burger and craft pint. Okay, now that I have that set up, I'm going to place this right here, and I want this to be a little bit larger. That's what I want to stand out. So once I have that set up, you can see this is really easy. Once you practice with it, you'll have it down in no time. I want this burger and craft pint to stand out a little more, so I'm going to go here to fonts. You choose the font that you want. There's plenty to choose from, whatever reflects what you're trying to achieve in your ad. Mix them up a little bit. I think it looks nice. I want the focus to be on burger and craft pint because that's what I want to suggest to potential customers that they may want today for lunch or this evening for happy hour. So you can do this one. It's going to come out like that. Just choose one that you want. There's several there. Depends on how fun you want to make it. Or I'm going to use tidal wave for this one. When it jumps off the page like that, simply grab the corner and just drag it over until you make it fit. And now that I've got this a little bit different, I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and I'll show you why in a second. So we're going to leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and add a shadow to it. Here is where the text box comes in handy. A text box will let you define the area that you want to place this text. So I can say I'm going to want this text to go from this area to this area, and I'm going to make it a single line text. The way I'm going to do that, I'm going to type in USDA prime and crafted pint. Just a little descriptor that doesn't take long to read. Now, if you'll notice, all of a sudden we've turned into a double line and we're overlying. The way I'm going to change that is I'm going to take the font size and I'm just going to go move it and make it a smaller font. I'll click 22 and it fits in pretty doggone good. Let's bump that up just a hair and see if we can still get away with it, and we can. So we're going to place this right on top just like that. I'll show you why in a second. Once again, I'm going to add a shadow, and I really like the Times New Roman for smaller letters. It's easy to read. So once we have this done, I'm going to make a line and place it right here. Several ways you can do that. One, you can highlight and just hit underline. That's one way to do it. Another way to do this is to create your own line, and that's simple as well. This is one heck of a toolbox we've built here. Once you learn to manipulate it, you'll find that you can do all kinds of things. Let's go to Image Gallery, and we are going to choose something that will go well. Let's go with the red. I'm going to double click that. It's going to load in there. How am I going to turn this into a line? I'm simply going to take this part here, move it up. I'm going to place this where I want it. And then I'm going to turn it into a line. Move it down just a little bit. I want this Y to hang off of it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here. And I'm going to put a shadow on it. I love the shadow. And then I'm going to highlight today's feature and bring that to the front. That way my Y steps over the line there. So it's fairly simple once you start manipulating. This is a great looking ad, and we just built that in no time. We've got a little room down here. If we wanted to double up that line, we could do this here. Simply move this down a little bit, and we would just add that line one more time to separate what we want to focus on. Okay, so we're going to do, once again, the same deal. We're going to make it so we can manipulate it, bring it down, place it right where we want it, and bring it up. Match up to the other one as close as possible. And once we've done that, we'll just sort of put that there. Good. And we add a shadow, and that's pretty much done. We'll put this in the center of that. Great. So there you go. You've got a really good looking ad. If we wanted to put up here some more text, I'll leave that up to you. as you create. Very simple to do. You just come in, you could do something like great, craft pints. Okay, so we made a great looking headline there, and we're going to put that one right there as just a secondary suggester. We'll change that to something you can see. Let's make it black. Oh, well, we lost that G, but a way to fix that, we'll turn the shadow on, but we'll change the shadow color to the white, and it'll bounce right off. So you can see that just by simply manipulating some of the stuff that is available to you, Apple Slab 1 will make that very big. Now it stands out better, and we can go back and maybe change that back to a white, and then we'll just change the shadow color to a black. There you go. And I can always stack that up against it. There's so many things to do. You can move this over like so and move that out a little bit and give yourself one of this sort of a block look. There you go. So we just built a 3-asset ad in no time whatsoever. You'll be able to experiment. You'll be able to build awesome looking ads. I find this to be very relaxing. So enjoy, and I'll be back with another video next week, and we're going to be talking about how to fill text. Long live small business, everybody, and enjoy Tap and Fork. It was built for you. It was built specifically to help you start letting customers know exactly what you're featuring on the day that they are looking.